Welcome back, everyone. It's another Go Math lesson. This is in the 4th grade Go Math book, lesson 7.3. We are adding fractions using models today, and we're on page 287 in our Go Math book. So that's the information for today's lesson. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay. So on page 287, we have this wonderful woman. Her name is Miss Clark. She's making some bread, and she decided to use some of it for a snack. So first things first, Miss Clark has this loaf of bread, and she cuts it into 1/8 slices. So first things first, we need to get a loaf of bread. Let's make it beautiful. And this is turning into like a giant slice of bread, but whatever. I don't know if that looks like bread. Here, I don't know. I'm no artist. That's my loaf of bread. Deal with it. Okay, she cuts it into 8 slices. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's put a box around it so we can actually see these slices. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8 total 8s. The whole piece of bread is 8/8. And we found out that Miss Clark decides that she's going to use 1/8 of it for a snack. So our snack color is going to be blue. So she uses 1/8 for a snack, and she decides to save 5/8 of it for lunch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 for lunch. Okay? However, our question is, how much bread did she use for snack and lunch? How much total bread did she use for snack and lunch? And now I know you could look at this picture and, count how many total boxes. But again, let's say we didn't have this picture. We need to be able to do the math. So let's go ahead and do the math. We have, once again, 1/8 for snack, and we have 5/8 for lunch. What we're going to do is we already shaded them in. Sorry, I'm just looking at this math right here. So if we look at it, there's 2 ways we can do this. One, we can just count how many 8th-sized pieces of bread she used overall. So let's do that. Let's just figure it out for right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8th-size pieces, which means she used a total of 6/8 of her bread. Because, again, we had 8 total pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total pieces. But we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that got used for snacks and lunch. So our answer is 6/8. However, we could do this a different way. We could look at this and be like, well, I know that we used 1/8 for snack and that we used 5/8 for lunch. If we add those together, 1 plus 5 is 6. Once again, remember, we never add denominators. Okay, we can add numbers that have common denominators, but we only add the numerator, never the denominator. So our denominator is 8, and we would get 6/8. And believe it or not, that is what we are doing today for our math, is we're looking at models, and we're seeing what the addition problem is, and then we're adding the fractions together. So just like that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the page, and we're going to do it once with a number line, because a number line is another model that you might see either on a test or it might be something that you need to use to help represent it. Either way, we are going to use a number line just as another tool for us when it comes to adding fractions. So if you turn to page 288, again, here, let's write it down real fast. Page 288. Whoop-oo. Oops, you can't even see it. There you go, page 288. Pause the video if you need to see it. Okay, it's gone. Anyways, back at the real math. We have this example, and it says Jacob needs 2 strips of wood to make masts for a miniature sailboat. One mast will be 3/6 of a foot long. The other mast will be 2/6 of a foot long. He has a strip of wood that is 4/6 of a foot long. Is this strip of wood long enough to make both masts? Okay, well, let's go ahead and draw our number line first. So when we're talking about sixths, or really any fraction, and we make our number line, let's go ahead and do that right there. I'm going to color these in. We start at 0, and then we can do 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and our final number will be 6/6. Because remember, 6/6 is the same as saying 1. And just, another quick little example just to prove to you I am not crazy. If we break this one piece into 6/6 and we were to shade every piece, we would have 1 whole. So that's why 6/6 is equal to 1, and that's why we're going to put 6/6 here, like it would be 1. Now, we know that this strip of wood, here, let's go ahead and draw a strip of wood. I'm using this brown a lot to draw stuff, and I like it. Brown doesn't get used enough. So we have this strip of wood right here. We know that it is 4/6 in length. And we know that Jacob needs one that is 3/6 and one that is 2/6. So let's go ahead and get our first piece, which is 3/6. Again, that's 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. So we need all this wood for the first strip. And we are left with only this 6 left. The other one that we need is 2/6. So, unfortunately, we don't have enough wood. Mathematically, let's go ahead and take another look at how we could do this. So we did that. We found out that 3/6 and then only 1/6 is here, so it wouldn't work out. But we could test it out. We could test it out using a math problem. We could do 3/6 plus 2/6. Add it together. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And then again, our denominators, we do not add the denominators. We leave them as 6th. We know that we have 5/6, and we know that we only have 4/6 worth of wood. So this board is not enough. It would have to at least be 5/6 in length. And just like that, we've seen now another way to solve this problem. And we use models to add fractions. And just like that, we're going to go ahead and look at a couple more problems. Not too many. Probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3 more problems. And then we're going to be done with this lesson. So let's go ahead and erase this. Again, at any point in time you need to pause the video and kind of catch up or write down what I'm writing, go ahead. Okay, so now I am on page 289. Let's just do this for emphasis. Page 289. Join me on that page so we can do questions 2, 4, and 10. Let's do this. It says, use the model to help find the sum. So they are ever so kind, and they have this model already made for us, but I'm going to draw it just to show you here on the whiteboard. And then we have 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here. And then it even has this right here where it says 1/4 plus 2/4. And they have these three shaded in. I'm going to circle them just so I don't ruin the art too much. Ruin my beautiful artwork. And we do some addition. And it says 1/4 plus 2/4 equals blank. Well, guess what? You can decide to do this however you want. If you need to count it, count how many pieces are shaded. We have 1 shaded piece, 2 shaded piece, 3 shaded piece. Or you can just add across the top. 1 plus 2 is 3, but don't forget these are all fourths. So we have 3/4. And your answer is 3/4. Just like that, number 2 is done. Great job, everyone. Hopefully you're all following along and got the same answer. Next up, we have number 4. Now, this one, they just give us 3/6 plus 3/6 equals blank. And it says, use a model to help find the sum. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a number line. Again, some of you might already just be able to be like, boom, I know the answer. If you know the answer, again, keep that confidence. Keep up that good work. But I'm going to start at 0. And I'm going to put 1/6. Oops. I'm going to put a line in 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. So just like that, I've already got 1, 2, 3 of my 6th. Okay? So let's go ahead and just group those together. Like that. Now, let's do 3 more. So that's 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. Just like that, I've got 3 more 6. If we're adding it together or we're counting, 3/6 plus 3/6 equals 6/6. Another acceptable answer in this sense, if they ever want you to make the fraction as simple as possible. Any fraction that has a numerator and denominator with the same number is equal to 1. So 6/6 or 1 is going to be your answer for this problem. Okay, last one. Before I give you some to do on your own. Number 10, once again, says, find the sum, use models to help. We have 1/10 plus 4/10. This time, even though it says use models to help, this one is for the people that are extremely confident and think they may not need the models. If we just focus on the numbers, 1 plus 4, I know 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay? So I'm going to put a 5 right here. And I know my denominator is something I never ever add together. So 10 plus 10, you're not adding those. Your denominator stays the same. So you get 5/10. 5/10 is your answer. And congratulations, that's it. For those of you watching in my class, make sure you stick around to the very end of the video because you're going to have a few more questions to do on your own. And with that being said, I will see you later.